This is some more stories again this afternoon. This story is from French Polynesia. It's from the island of Raiatea. And long time ago, there was this guy in Tahiti. And he went and lived in an island called Mopelia, which was in the Leeward Islands, and the Society Islands. And when he was there, there was this eel, and he adopted the eel as his son. And there was this Pandanus tree, and he adopted the Pandanus tree as his daughter. And he named the eel Nanai Tahiti. And he named the Pandanus tree Tupai Tupai Te Whareroa, beat and beat the long Pandanus. And he lived there in Mopelia with this, and to the eel he said, pointing to the Pandanus tree, "Behold, this is your sister." And to the Pandanus tree he said, pointing to the eel, "Behold, this is your brother." And this man, he lived with his two children there in Mopelia. They were happy. And after a while, he moved to Raiatea. And he put his son, the eel, in a length of bamboo, in a section of bamboo with some water in it. And he put the Pandanus tree and planted it in a basket with some dirt. And then he went to Raiatea with his two children. And he went up on Mount Temehani, and there's a cave up in the top, near the top of the mountain. And in the cave there's a pool of water. And he put his son, the eel, in the pool of water, and he planted his daughter, the Pandanus tree, next to the pool. And then he lived there in Raiatea with his children, and they were happy. And after a while, the guy, he went back to Tahiti. But he left his children there in Raiatea. And sometimes this man would come back and visit his children. And when he'd look up in the mountain, he could see these birds flying around up on the mountain. So he knew his children were doing okay. Well, there was a time that came, there were these two men down at the bottom of the mountain near the village of Aveda. And they looked up in the mountain and they could see the birds flying up there, and they thought, there must be a pond up there with some fish in it. Let's go fishing. So they got their fishing pole, some fishing line and a hook, and they went up the mountain. And they got up there and they found this cave, and there was this pool of water, and there was this gigantic eel in the pool of water. So they dropped down their fishing hook to catch the eel, and it wasn't too long, and the eel bit the hook, and he was caught. And then they started a tremendous fight, because these two guys were trying as hard as they could to pull that eel, and the eel was fighting to not get pulled out of the water. Big fight. But the eel grew tired, couldn't fight as hard. And they started to pull him out of the water. But then when the eel was being pulled out of the water, he wrapped his tail around his sister, the Pandanus tree. And so he could hold on really tight, but they kept pulling. And it came to the point where they're pulling so hard, they're about to pull the Pandanus tree up by her roots. And when the eel saw what was happening to his sister, the eel let go. And they say to this day that there's a pool, that there's a cave up there in Mount Temehani, and there's this empty pool, and next to it there's this Pandanus tree, a very, very old Pandanus tree that's growing. Ko hope te reko. These words are done.